Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Deepak Patil and we are in the Symphony 7 course. So in the last chapter we understand how to install the project and how to set up the virtual host. Now we have a project installed here. So let's understand what is the directory structure of the project. Before that, I just want to make sure uh, we are going to install the all the dependency that required for the web application. So let's check that, and then we will go through the all the directory one by one. Before that, these are our basic directories. These are our basic directories that we need. See all the packages that required installing now. Okay, yes, I want to install that. So let's check that. Okay, so look like we have a framework ready for the web application. Let's try to run that. Symphony 7. Oh, what URL we created last time? Let's check that here. Yeah, it's a Symphony 7 dash course. So let's try to run it. So we have a Symphony 7.1.2 version installed here successfully. Now let's go walk through the all the directories. So we have a bin directory. So if you want to create some basic commands and you want to run that command, then using the console you can run that command. Same way you can run the PHP unit using this file. Also we can use the directory to create all the possible command or script that we require for the project. For example, I have suppose I'm going to develop the application for the share market. So in the share market, to sending the notification is very important. So I can create some commands and configure that in the cron, and then that command will take care to send the notification to the customer. So this is we are going to use the bin console command. While developing, we are using the maker command. So we run that on the console, and then whatever the command that will be run by the console. Then next is a config. So all kind of configuration in the project, all kind of configuration exists in the config directory. So let's check one by one. So when we install any bundle, so each bundle entry should be automatically added by composer in the bundle file. If you are going to install any bundle manually, then we have to follow the instruction, and then after copy the vendor folder in SDK folder in the vendor directory, we have to put the bundle entry here. Then that bundle will be included in the project. Then routes. Yes, our application will have more than one route, that is URLs, and it's a basic configuration to define the route. So we are going to use the attribute concept for the route. So whenever route is created, the attribute entry will be created above the function name. So when we will see that while creating the route chapter, then yes, this is the name place where our routes will be stored. All controller will be stored where we define the route, and this is the part of the controller. So this is the basic configuration for the route. Previously in old version, we created the routes by entering the routes file. So nowadays we don't need that. Then this is the service directory, service YML configuration file, where we will create all kind of service entry. Suppose I want to create the custom service, so that entry should be under the services. But as we plan with the big application, the services should be structurized. So what we can do, we can create a directory in the SRC where we put all our services and import that file here. This way we can keep all our services clean and with the separate file. Then next is a okay, so this forgot is a basic configuration when we install the packages. So whenever we use the right now, let's pick up the one of the package, translation or security. So when Symphony translation or Symphony security package is installed in the vendor, their own configuration file is automatically added here. So whenever or in the future when we create the separate bundle our user defined bundle, and if you need a entry for the configuration entry for that, then we can create the package name, viable name with the same name as your package. So all kind of YML file will be here for the third party packages. Then next, so this is the configuration that is sufficient. Docs, this is the, I have created this doc folder. This is a user defined folder that I have created. I have created that for, let's refresh, I have created that for to keep the chapter information, that's it. Then next is a migration. Migration is a folder where we store all kind of migration. So for example, I want to add new field in the database. So and for that I have to just, for that I want to create the migration for that. Then there is a command, is a maker command, or there is a doctrine command. Using that we can create migration, add your SQL code there to create the or edit the field, or update the data, or delete the data, or add the data. So this is how migration will work. Using the migration execute command, we will execute those migration. This is the public directory. So when we access this URL, this public file will be run. So this is the index file, that is the project entry file, and with this lots of time we upload some images in the public directory. We keep all the CSS and asset, jQuery plugins, CSS plugin in the public directory. Then src contain all your code. So whatever the code you written in the PHP file is in the src folder. So what kind of code? It might be controller, yes. So we can create a number of controller, number of route in the controller file, in the controller package directory, and all controller is automatically imported as a route, that we have a basic route entry for that. Then entity, yes, the entity represent the database table, and then entity property represent the column in the database table. All will be stored in the entity repository having some classes. In that classes we can create the code. That code deal with the database, add, update, delete, get, whatever the code we have, that we can create in the repository. Then yes, we can create any custom number of folders or packages to organize the code. For example, I can create new package as a services and create all the code, that's all the services that I am going to create for the project. Same for the resolver, same whatever. Same for the menu. Suppose I want to create a menu builder, then I can create a folder menu and create a menu builder there. Then template, yes, the Symfony is basically MVC framework. So the controller that control the flow, and the UI part that will be in the template directory. So all file in the template directory will be used for the UI. All the file extension is a Twig file, and we use the, and Symfony is the Twig engine to render the Twig content. So Twig is whatever we have in the HTML plus some programming feature. Like in the Twig we can create a blog, we can use the if statement, we can use the, we can define the variable, we can define the array, we can use the loops, we can include one file into another. So it's simple HTML plus some programming feature, and whatever the code we create at end, that will render into the HTML and show on the UI. In the test, suppose you want to create some PHP unit or test cases, you can create that in test directory. Then translation, yes, lots of application having the multiple language exist in the multiple language. So you have to create all the language file here for the French, English, or Germans, whatever the language you want to create, and create that as a key value pair. So when on the UI we will use key, and based on the which language you activated, that key value will be show there. Then yes, var directory is a rewritable directory in the project where Symfony creates some temporary file. We can say that it's a cache. So based on your environment, the cache directory will be created. Right now we are running with the dev environment, so dev directory will be created. When we deploy that as a production, then prod directory will be there, same as a test. And then log, whatever the log we maintain in the project, that will be exist in the log file, or we can create our custom log while running the console command. Whatever the third party packages we use, that goes into the vendor directory. So see, Symfony has number of packages, same like Twig has packages. So whatever the package we use, that goes into the vendor file, vendor folder. Then yes, obviously we have some important files in the project. For example, composer.json. So in the composer.json file, we have all kind of basic information about the third party dependency. So when we add any dependency here, that will be automatically installed when we run the composer command. So this is the log file. When we run the composer command, composer JSON file will be read by composer and create the log file with all the metadata. This is actually all the package. So from which URL we are going to download that package, is there any version, or this will be basically user tagging in the Git, and that use that information to create this metadata. So composer will download that actual package in the vendor directory. Then we have an environment file. This is the user defined parameter file where we can define any parameter. This parameter contain the API keys, database connection URL, email connections, transporter, or any user defined configuration or parameter that we can define here. So if we create the environment.local file, then that environment, whatever the parameter that we create in the environment local, that will be override from the environment file. So when I create the environment local and put app_env equal to prod, then this value will be override with the value that is exist in the environment.local. So these are the basic directories and files that we required in the Symfony 7 project. In the next video we will check with the new chapter, and if you want more videos, same more video from me, then please subscribe my channel by clicking on the bell icon. Thank you.